All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Friday. We made it to the weekend. I'm Sean. This is Russell Factor. Thank y'all so much for being here. We're making some huge waves in the way of sports betting and everything that we got going on right now. I'm sitting here with my best friend, my main man, Dylan Manzo, the man, D-Man. How you doing, man?
Doing good, baby.
Dude, it's good to see you, man.
Yeah.
Good to have you here. I like the new setup we got going on. It's actually working out really well. I think
So
it's gonna
far,
be
so good.
I think it's gonna be fun. Yeah,
Made a couple modifications.
we
and
did.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a little different in the next week and a half or so.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna add some screen effects and some stuff like that. We're gonna do. We have some shelves and stuff. So it's very basic right now, but it still gets the job done.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Dude, man, we made it to the weekend, dude, and I know we have quite a bit to talk about tonight. There's some interesting thing happening in basketball, interesting thing about to happen in hockey.
Yep.
But how you doing, man? How's your life going? How's your week been?
It's going good, man. Weekend starting today, so a lot of things to look forward to. It's a long week until the NBA Finals. I'll leave it at that.
We got some time. We got some time.
Yeah.
I mean, the Celtics had almost 10 days until last night, so
Yeah.
now that's going to expedite things a little bit different, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But just want to give a couple announcements to our subscribers. First off, I want to say from the bottom of Sean's heart and the bottom of Dylan's heart, thank you guys so much for subscribing. We are blowing up. I think what we bring to the table is actually starting to show some light, and it's really gratifying and also humbling at the same time.
Yep.
We started doing this for fun, and we've had a lot of people that reached out and they're like, hey, thank you guys so much for what you do because you made me X amount of dollars this weekend, right? And it's like, that's what it's about. It's about helping someone. It's about giving back.
100%.
We watch sports every day. We literally wake up and we eat, live, and breathe this stuff. And so I want to say thank you to everyone that subscribes. Every one of you means so much to me. Everyone means so much to Dylan. We have goals. We have dreams. We have aspirations. And we will get there. We'll get there. But thank you guys so much. A couple of things. Starting tomorrow, June 1st. We will be going live with the promo of the person with the most VIP subscriptions to the russellfactor.com website will win $250 gift card Amazon. And so
pretty nice.
It's gonna be it's a pretty nice. I mean, all you gotta do is get people to subscribe. It's $15 to $30. It's easy. So that's dropping tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Second thing is Apollo. For you that don't know what Apollo is our AI generative tool that's going to be your companion that helps you make more informed decision bets outside of what we give you, right? So if you don't agree with us or you say, I like what you're doing, Sean, I like what you're doing, Dylan, but I want to kind of go out on my own, Apollo is going to be that extra source of truth, I guess, right? To help you do that. With my algorithm that we help build. So that being said, man, it is 6:40 Friday night, May 31st. We're getting ready to go into June. We're on the cusp of the weekend. We got some stuff to talk about.
A little bit.
D, we want to kick it off? You want to get going? Let's do it. Yeah,
Let's talk about the Wolves and Mavs.
I kicked off last episode, so if you want, man, kick it off, man, for us, and we'll just roll with it. So.
Yeah, it was an ass whooping. It was
Yeah.
an ass whooping in Game 5. You can tell Luka was in that mode where, hey, let's get this shit over. Let's move on to NBA Finals. Let's get done with the Wolves. Send them to Cancun. And that's what he did. He scored 20 points in the first quarter. Kyrie Irving, both of them combined to score 72 points. They were on their shit from the moment the jump ball, right? Literally I was looking at the box score, Sean. It sounded like they're getting a whole lot of contributions from everyone else. It was just mostly them too.
It was those two. I mean, 72 of the 110 points, whatever it was.
Something like that, yeah.
It was. I mean, that's literally 3 quarters what the overall points were. So yeah, you got two guys doing the job. So it is what it
They're
is.
just doing their thing. Because they went out to such a fast lead. The Timberwolves didn't have an answer for them too, and whenever they were getting buckets, the Mavs were getting buckets too. So it's like, fuck, they really need their defense from game 1 and 2 back in the Nuggets series, and never came up. I don't know what happened. They left the game plan back at home, they played in Minnesota. But that I don't know what. Let me ask you, why do you think like that defense just completely disappeared?
I got two things to say, D. The first one is you and I both we kind of butted heads on this series when we found out it was coming to fruition. I think we both knew the Mavs were going to take this regardless. But the thing is that really, I think the thing that stung both of us was that the Wolves not only upset our Suns, they also upset the Nuggets, and then they come and play a Mavs team where Luka and Kyrie they have played semi-great basketball. They do what they have to do in order to squeeze out a win. And they've squeezed out some wins. Some wins that I don't think they necessarily would have had if it didn't come down to free throws, personal fouls, blocking fouls, charging fouls. I think there were a lot of things that happened here. However, the point that we can't deny is that Luka, Kyrie, the Mavs, they are there to play. They've showed their dominance. They've stumbled a little bit along the way, but they always seem to correct course and make things happen. We talk about the Wolves. They have almost like they skated. It's almost like they just like Suns sweep, Nuggets. Yeah, we beat you at home by 30 fucking points, and then we're gonna come around and beat you at home in our own backyard, and then we're gonna take out this series, and then we're gonna come to the Mavs, and then we're not gonna show up. So for me, it's an interesting thought process. It's almost like they came in too cocky.
They did.
Almost like they came in too cocky. And I was talking with someone about this morning, and they're a huge Minnesota fan. They're actually from Minneapolis, and they're a huge fan. And they're like, "Oh, dude, my Wolves should have beat Dallas." I'm like, "No, you won 1 out of 4 games. There's nothing about that you should have won. Like, either you shut up or you put up, and they didn't put up, so they got shut out and sent home." Do I have some mixed emotions? No. I actually came up with a statement today. Nada de este equipo, right? I mean, nothing from this team. Nothing from this team. We actually talked about doing this entire episode in Spanish earlier today, but we're not going to for the sake of everyone watching. All right. But nada de este equipo, right? I mean, it's nothing from this team. And that's exactly what we saw from the Timberwolves. We saw nothing. We got lucky at a 105-100 loss where the Wolves took that one game 4, and that was it.
I think it was more so what the Timberwolves didn't do than what the Mavs did do. Obviously, the Mavs, they did their thing, right? But I feel like the Timberwolves, they left a lot to be desired. They could have played better defense, and they could have gotten more from Karl-Anthony Towns, and they could have gotten more from their bench. I feel like going into the Nuggets series, they thought, okay, we need contribution from everyone, and they got it. Against the Mavs, they were just overconfident, and
they were cocky.
They lost in 5 games. They were cocky. See you later.
And see you in Cancun. But that's just the the way that the cookie crumbles, apparently.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
You know what? The thing is the Wolves did what they did, and they showed that they were there. And I honestly changed my opinion as they were beating the Nuggets. I changed my opinion of the Wolves. They came in next to the Clippers. They came in the second worst team in the NBA playoffs. No. And so I was like, no, not today, Satan. Yeah. Not going to happen. And they literally showed all of us a different side of them. And that's great. I love seeing that. Prove us wrong. Prove everybody wrong. Come out of the fucking cave. Come claws digging out. Like, do whatever you got to do. Make it happen. And I loved it. I love seeing it. Unfortunately, the road ends short for them. They went 4-1. Well, they 1-4, sorry. And the Mavs, Luka, Kyrie, these guys are going to the NBA Finals. They're going to play for that championship game, ring, Nets at the end of the year, and it is what it is. They're going to go against a Jason Tatum and just a amazing Boston Celtics
juggernaut of a team.
It's great, and I know we made some comments earlier, and we can talk about later in regards to are there any other teams that could have been a better suit for the NBA playoffs or NBA Finals and championship, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But
what are you talking about now?
That's fine if you want to.
Yeah, I want the Nuggets and Celtics. I think that would have been more of an interesting matchup just because you get the team, the Celtics, where everyone thought it was going to be Nuggets and Celtics last year. It didn't happen. The Heat beat them. And then you get kind of a lopsided matchup, and the Nuggets win in 5 games. And then you're left wondering, okay, 5 games. I was actually in a cruise by then, so I was actually watching one of the bars. But you're left wondering, the Celtics would they give them a better fight? Probably, yeah. Doesn't happen, and you're like, man. From my perspective, I think getting Nikola Jokic, 3-time MVP, and then Jason Tatum, who, I'm surprised he hasn't won MVP, but you get arguably the 2 best teams from each conference have been the best team.
Jaylen Brown just taking that title.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I'm just saying, it's one of those things, like, if you're Jason Tatum, like, does that hurt your pride at all, seeing Jaylen Brown turn around and take that? Or, like, do you stand up, like, give him daps and be like, dude, that's what's up. Like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Yeah, as teammates, you say, hey, what's up, right? It's the conference finals. But I'll be honest, if I'm Jason Tatum and if we win and I don't win Finals MVP, I'm salty. Yeah, 100%. I'm salty.
I was thinking about it today. I was like, would I be salty? But I'm a big team player.
No, it's easy for you to say. Yeah. It's easy for you to say. If I'm Jason Tatum, I don't win. If I put up 28 points as a first option as the best player, I'm salty. I'm absolutely salty. Hell yeah, I'm salty. What do you think Steph Curry was feeling when he didn't win fucking Finals MVP? He's like, yo, this is my team. Kevin Durant wins MVP. Like, what's going on? That's what I would absolutely feel salty. He's never gonna admit it. He's never gonna admit it. But come on.
It's interesting that you bring it up because I was excited to talk about this tonight because obviously where my heart was at. We go back and we're starting next week. We're gonna start doing look backs. We're in the middle of our sessions. We're gonna refer back to other clips where we made predictions or we made some sort of comment about a game that's coming up. And I made this call very early in the NBA playoff season where I said the Nuggets and the Celtics were going to be in the playoffs or in the finals for the championship. And we obviously did not see that. I also made the comment that the Abs were going to be against the Rangers.
You just been wrong a whole lot.
Well, not really, but it is what it is. But I said the Celtics and the Nuggets, so I got half that right. But the thing is that I agree with you. I think that the Celtics Nuggets would have been probably a just as good, if not better, NBA Finals game to watch. I went outside the box here, and I picked 2 teams that obviously are eliminated that I would have loved to have seen in the NBA playoffs that we haven't talked about going together, and that would be the Suns and the Pacers.
Hell no. That's the worst NBA Finals.
I think it would have been a fantastic Finals, only because the Suns do very, very, very well against a 1-3-1 offense and that spread. And you got D-Book, you got KD. The
audience doesn't know what 1-3-1 means.
Well,
they might know what a zone defense is.
But the thing is for us as guys that watch this religiously, I think it would have been a really bad-ass Finals game or Finals series because those teams, the way they played the 1-3-1 and then the 2-1 or 2-1-1-1 press that Indy plays, and they play that very well. That 2-1-1 press where they got 2 guards, 1-1-1 down the line, and they pop. Like that's just, it's phenomenal what Indy does. That's why they set the ball so fast. Anyways, I went outside the box. I thought Indy Phoenix would have been a very fun, hypothetical NBA Finals championship series to watch. I would have enjoyed it. I think we both would have enjoyed watching our team play against Indy. It even could have been New York, but New York is a whole different offensive series.
You know what matchup we haven't been talked about? Minnesota and Boston. That would be fun. That would be fun.
Ooh.
That would be fun.
Okay, yeah. Like, I mean, like, fun. With Cat against Tatum and, like...
What do you mean? Fuck you mean? Anthony Edwards versus Tatum.
Oh, Anthony Edwards. I mean, like, that would be... That would have been... Oh, damn. That would have been sick.
I don't even know who would win.
I didn't even think about that. Like, I guess it doesn't really cross my mind because Minnesota has already, like... They checked out. They checked out in my mind, so I don't see it. And like I said, today I went outside the box. I went Phoenix, Indy. I was like, oh, this would be really good. I didn't really think too much about New York. I definitely didn't think about the Clippers because they should have never been in there in the first place. Obviously, the Mavs are still there. The Nuggets are still there. The Wolves earned their right to be there. The Suns got swept. Like, there's a lot of things that have happened in this playoff season, man. That's like, it's kind of crazy.
It is crazy.
But no, that would actually, the Wolves and the Celtics would have been a good. I think that would have been interesting. Yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah, I didn't think about that actually, but no, that's crazy. Let's keep it moving forward. So for those of you watching right now, unfortunately, we have changed how we're going to be doing these videos moving forward. So on Mondays and Fridays, we're going to be recording these in the studio or wherever we're at the time. Then we're going to do a little editing, and then we'll throw it up on the channel and let you guys see it from there. Wednesdays, we are doing something that is near and dear to my heart, and Dylan is on board. We're going to try and do something different every week from a different bar, different restaurant, different venue. Just different area.
It's different, yeah.
And so we've been wheeling and dealing and throwing some things out there and working some ideas. But every Wednesday, we're going to be coming live from somewhere within the Phoenix Valley area. And we'll let you know as soon as we know where we're going to be at. Some of them may be a couple days in advance. Some of them may be a couple hours in advance. But we will let you know as soon as possible. And the thing is, we really hope that all of you following us show up, because we're working deals for drinks, food, entertainment. We're working some things here, so that's how we're gonna do this moving forward. So right now you're listening to this, and we're gonna edit this and throw it out there on the channel later. But we're making some things happen. So I like where we're going, and let's talk about. Do we want to keep on basketball, or do you want to move to?
We got too much to talk about basketball.
Okay, well, then run it off. I
love basketball. So, man, and I was thinking about this earlier. Like, who do you think
best player? Like, who's most aggressive?
I mean, we can talk about that too. But who do you think has the most pressure? You know,
ooh,
Tatum.
I like this.
Tatum, second finals appearance. Luka, finally getting his first finals appearance, much deserved. Who's got more pressure?
Honestly, I got to go Luka on this. I got to go Luka only because, like you just said, first finals appearance. But the thing is his team has been mediocre throughout this playoff series. And they get it done. Good on you. They get it done. But I think when you talk about like a Jason Tatum or a Jaylen Brown, who obviously just won the MVP for the Eastern Conference Finals, when you talk about these kind of guys, they need to show up and play, obviously, but they don't have the pressure on them like a Luka or a Kyrie Irving does right now. Because Kyrie and Luka, they're in this, they're in the NBA Finals, obviously, but they have to prove to the fans and their base that they're real. And I think that they have a lot to prove when it comes to that. And they're getting ready to go into a 7-game stretch that is going to be fucking devastating to them if they don't perform on their 120, 130% best. I think, honestly, though, answer the question back and up on it, I think Luka has the most to prove. That's just my opinion.
You're wrong, and I'll tell you why you're wrong. Tatum, for sure, has the most pressure, and I'll tell you why. Tatum, for the last 3-4 years, has had the best team in the East, right? You know, people are clamoring, oh, he's a superstar, he's this and that. He hasn't really gotten that much MVP votes, and I'm with him. You know, you have a great team.
I thought he was number one in every sports book, he was number one to take MVP for Eastern Conference Finals. He was number one.
It's either him between or Jaylen Brown, right? But no, Luka, he's still young. I think he's only probably younger than Jason Tatum by about a couple years.
3 years.
Something like that. But, I mean, the thing is, Luka has a mediocre team, like you mentioned. That helps his case. You know, he brought this mediocre team, in your opinion, all the way to NBA Finals. You know, if you're a great player, if you're an MVP level kind of player, you do that. It's not so much pressure to win the NBA Finals. Obviously, if he's trying to become one of the all-time greats, then yes. But Jason Tatum, people keep on saying he's a superstar. He's a superstar. Let's fucking see it. Where's this championship? You have to have the best team the last 3-4 years. No championship to show for it. Yeah. You guys choked against the Warriors. You guys should have won Game 4. Steph Curry basically showed why he's a top 10 player of all time. I'm sorry. There's just no excuses for Jason Tatum. He's got Jaylen Brown, a player that in 70% of other teams he'd be the best player. He's got a deep bench. He's got so much support. And they've had a chemistry for the last 3-4 years. There's no excuse.
Obviously, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, dynamic duo. But the whole bench for Boston is they just supplement Jaylen and Jason.
But you're proving my point.
But they do. But the thing is when the question was asked was who has the most to prove?
Tatum.
I think Jason and Jaylen, they have almost nothing to prove because they have shown that they are champions and they're gonna take this.
They haven't won shit.
They haven't, but they will. Like they just swept the fucking Pacers. They annihilated everybody before them.
The Mavericks beat the Wolves in 5 games. Are they champions? They're actually Western Conference Finals champions.
They are technically champions for the Western WCFs. But,
exactly.
But the thing is I think the way that the question was worded was who has the most to prove. I think Luka and Kyrie have the most to prove because they barely got here. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and the entire Boston Celtics bench, they already know they're champions. I would not be surprised if they sweep Dallas.
No.
I mean, it's probably not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
But we also said that about Indy too. and I was the only one who said I see Boston sweeping Indy. So this is what the look backs are going to come in and play. But I think that I think Luka and Kyrie have more to prove than Jason and Jaylen. That's my opinion. But
your opinion's wrong.
Okay, and that's why we do this show. So anything else for basketball? I mean, we got a few. We have almost a week.
No, I did want to talk about. You know, it's been on my mind. LeBron. Going to the Suns.
Oh my God! Okay.
Yeah, I have to say, I have to bring it up because the rumors are there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
is it gonna happen? We'll see. I'd say he returns to Lakers like 80% of the time. He will.
Well, let's state the obvious because you're dodging it. Does LeBron James come to the Phoenix Suns? Is the statement here? Right?
Do I think so?
And does Bronny James come to the Suns? That's the question at hand.
So earlier today, there's some news that came out. So the Pelicans, they deferred on their 17th overall pick, and I'll tell you why that's important. Because they deferred on their 17th overall pick, they're going to wait till next year to get it from the Lakers. Therefore, the Lakers have that pick this year. So they have the 17th overall pick. Yeah. The Suns have the 22nd. So the Lakers, they could select Bronny James with the 17th pick. Is that smart?
And then LeBron stays with L.A. Obviously, because he said this 3 years ago. He said he'll retire after 1 year of playing against his son.
But you know why that sucks?
So
because LeBron needs help to win a championship. With that 17th pick,
do you think his fucking son, who's lied about his height for 5 years to get into every imaginable scenario possible of getting drafted, do you think that helps him win a championship?
Hell no.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
I don't like it at all. I hate this scenario. To be completely honest with you,
if you're the Lakers, you're like, fuck, like we don't want to lose LeBron, obviously, because LeBron's the only chance you have to winning the finals next year, or potentially just being a championship contender.
Yeah.
But a 17th overall pick on a kid that, from most people, from most experts, he's not even draftable. He's like outside of other people's draft boards. It's like 17.
The only reason he's being looked at is because he's LeBron James' son. That's 100% the only reason.
Yeah.
Like, literally, if you look back the last 4.5 years, there is documentation about how many games he's played where his height has been lied about, his weight has been lied about. They're saying 6'5", 6'6".
No, okay, he was 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, there are so many things where he was 6'5", 6'6", 6'5", 6'4". He's 6'1".
He's 6'1" and like 3/4, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like seriously, there is not a single pamphlet or brochure out there that has his accurate height in the 5 years that he's been outside of college.
I didn't know that.
Or outside of high school. So, that's to me, that shows. I hate scandals. You know this. I hate fucking scandals. I love scandals. I fucking hate scandals. And I hate when someone, I can't disrespect LeBron, but I don't like LeBron. I don't like his pompous, prissy, princess attitude.
Oh my god!
Right? I just don't like it.
You just want everybody to be humble. You want
do.
Everybody.
You already know me. You know me more than everybody that's on that's listening to the show.
I'm not humble.
I know you're not. I am. So the thing is, that's why we do so well on this show. But the thing is I 100% with all of my heart. Anybody watching, anybody that even remotely pays attention, I absolutely 100% do not want Bronny or LeBron, stupid King James, coming to Phoenix Suns at all.
I want him to come.
I know you do.
You know why?
Because you want a championship.
Hell yeah.
That's all you want. See, people, this is the difference between him and I.
He's
greedy.
You want the city of Phoenix to be starving with a championship. Meanwhile, I want what the people want is a championship.
You see that score? Edmonton's up 3-0. For all that have been watching me, I have rode the Edmonton bus and Connor McDavid. All this time, they're up 3-0. Just putting it out there.
Oh, who cares? They're just honestly,
who cares?
Honestly, they wanted.
Who cares when I'm
losing?
losing?
They wanted to give them a chance.
Who cares when I'm losing?
Yeah, who cares? They'll win games 6 and 7.
Dude, okay. That's speaking. Let's change gears. We're sitting at 30 minutes. Let's change gears. Let's talk about some hockey. Or is there anything else NBA wise you feel necessary to talk about before we move on?
Actually, let's talk 15 more minutes about basketball. Actually.
Oh my god, is that what you really want to do? Or do we move on to NHL?
Talk about the Panthers.
Let's talk the Panthers. Let's talk about the Panthers.
Let's not talk about the Stars. Let's talk about the Panthers.
Let's talk about the Panthers. And by the way, for those of y'all that are listening, starting next Monday, I think is what we decided. Next Monday, we haven't talked about any baseball, and obviously football's right around the corner, and that's going to be a fun fucking
basketball
time.
and hockey have just been dominating the headlines
well,
right now.
They're both playoffs start at the same time. It's
a lot to talk about in like 40 minutes.
And you got basketball and you got hockey, two very fun sports to watch. Playoffs literally start at the exact same time.
Legitimately on the exact same day.
Yeah, and where baseball is just getting in its groove, it's just starting. So we got
we
still
probably
got
at least
5 more months.
Yeah.
We got 5 more months all the way to October, November, before we go into running for the pennant and World Series. So we got a lot of time to talk about that, and that leads right into football. So we try to overlap this the best way possible so that we don't bore you guys for watching us, but we also have enough detail to talk about as we're.
They will never get bored of us. Come on.
No, they ain't gonna get bored of us.
Bored.
You see these faces? You see these faces? That's what we do.
Come on.
Anyhow, so let's talk some hockey. Panthers, Rangers.
Let's actually only talk about the Panthers and not talk about the Stars and Oilers. Because the Panthers are fucking... Dude,
okay.
Let's talk about some Panthers.
Okay.
I'm
going to bring up the Oilers just because you said not to, but we're going to do that. So
every single game in the series has been close. It's always been a
within
one goal.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what, man, and the thing is, this whole playoffs... You just the eyeball test. The Panthers are just clearly to me are like the best team in the East. The Rangers are like this team that man, they're pulling out these wins, and you think, man, this sounds like a team that nobody thought was gonna come, and then now all of a sudden, like, you ever seen those teams, like, example, the Nationals when they won the World Series, like, just comes out of fucking nowhere and just wins the whole thing. The Rangers seem like that, but man, the Panthers are like UConn. They just go up there, they smash the ice, you know, they put a ton of shots on goal. What's the goalkeeper is phenomenal from the Rangers. He's doing the best he can. I swear to God, if it wasn't for the Rangers goalkeeper,
Shesterkin. Yeah.
I always think
he's the goal for the Rangers.
I always think of Ter Stegen when they say like Ter Stegen from like
Shesterkin.
Yeah.
Shesterkin.
But man, he's keeping him.
Igor Shesterkin.
Yeah, it's definitely Russian. For sure Russian.
Or Yugoslavian, whatever it is. But
same shit. But like he's keeping him in games. If it wasn't for that goalkeeper, it'd probably be like 3-1 right now, or over. It'd probably be over. But he's keeping him in games. I tell you what, whoever comes out of this, we've been saying this for the longest time.
Yeah.
Whoever comes out of this, man, you just got from a dogfight.
Well,
from the conference finals. Now you have to play the Stars and Oilers, which they're quality teams. They're not here for no reason. But come on.
Yeah, I don't.
These are two complete teams. Like the Panthers, there's really no weaknesses. Defense, offense, they can put up goals. Even when the third and fourth line, they still got players where, they can still make contributions, even when you wouldn't expect them to.
Yeah.
So they're just a complete team. They're just, man.
I want to throw some caveats out there. First off, let's talk about the goalie, like you said. First off, he is the reason the Rangers have done with it. He is almost 95% saves. 94.4 or 94.5, whatever it was percent saves.
Well, I'm looking at highlights. He's just, he got scored there, but.
So here's the thing, though. The one thing that's interesting about the Rangers that probably not a lot of people that listen to us know about is they are perfect at home. They're 11-0 at home. They haven't lost at home.
They played, game 5 was that in New York? Was that in Florida?
Yeah.
Until now.
So now that changes the dialect a little bit, right?
Well, they haven't played a team like Florida.
They're playing. They're going on game 5.
Well, I'm talking from other series.
But so the thing is that New York has a better record. They're way better at home. Igor, their goalie, has one of the best save records in all of the NHL. And so they earn their right to be here. And that's why they're here. But you take the Panthers, little worse record, not by much. I think it's like a 3 or 4 game deficit. Not as good as a goalie. But dude, their strikers and their forwards and their power guys are just their shots on goal versus their points is insane. Like they make things happen. And I think Florida is ultimately probably going to take this next game, which will shut this whole thing down. But the Rangers have to clap back. Because here's the thing. Florida beat New York in their own turf. It's the first time this year it's happened. And it's in the fucking game before the fucking Stanley Cup Finals.
Yep.
Right? New York has to clap back now or it's over. See ya, sayonara, check the fucking passport, we'll see you in Cancun. Right? And it's like, they have to clap back. So I think this becomes this, and I've said this since the very beginning. This is a series of Goliath versus Goliath.
We're going to give out predictions right now. What do you think happens game 6?
I think New York comes out. I think they win by 1 because none of these games have won by more than 1. I think New York comes out. They win by 1 in Florida's own backyard. They clap back. They say, we're still here. We go game 7. They go back to Florida or they go back to New York. And I think the Rangers take this out.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Okay.
But
we'll see. We'll see. He also said this about Edmonton 2 series ago, everything. So we'll see what happens. So
I don't know, man.
Oh, I do know. I do know. So let's go.
See, I actually agree. I think the Rangers will win game 6. But I want you to check on the laptop, and I want to see when game 7 hypothetically will be. If it's on Sunday, when will game 7?
It would be Monday. It'd be Monday.
So hypothetically...
But that's the only thing is they haven't put out because there's so many things going on Monday with WNBA soccer and baseball that it hasn't. There's no spot for it. So right now it only goes out to June 1st, which obviously only has. Yeah, it'd be in Florida. It'd be in Florida if this. That's.
Well, I'm taking Panthers at 7. I'm taking Panthers at 7.
I'm gonna take the Rangers in 7. So, which I've said the entire time. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And this is why we have this show. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We get a little crazy sometimes, but we do this because we love what we do, and we literally live by this shit. So we want to make you guys the most informed bettors and decision makers when it comes to it. But that being said,
Shesterkin is his name.
Shesterkin. Igor.
That's the most Russian fucking name ever.
Well, it's Yugoslavic, so it could be Russian.
No, Yugoslavic was demolished back in like 1996 or something.
It was 98.
I actually learned that on TikTok. You know.
I was part of that when I was in the Air Force. So, anyhow, let's talk about the one game you don't want to talk about that's going on right now. Dallas Stars, Edmonton Oilers. They're currently up right now 3-0. Tied up 2-2. I think Edmonton takes this game tonight. I obviously clearly have that in my bet. Connor McDavid, I'm riding him, taking him to Stanley Cup playoffs. I think it's going to be Oilers, Rangers. That's my overall bet. I know we're sitting at 40 minutes now, so I'm not going to harp on it too much. I think Dallas has all the talent in the world.
Yeah.
I think they could have capitalized a little earlier on this team if they had the chance to, but I think Connor and the Edmonton Oilers, they got momentum behind them, they got heart behind them, they got hunger behind them. I see Edmonton taking this out the series. Dallas goes 9-night, and we see Edmonton Oilers and New York Rangers in the Stanley Cup playoffs. I know you don't agree. You see Dallas Stars and Florida Panthers in the Stanley Cup. So,
well, the Oilers have none of that hungry, resiliency. No, I'm kidding. But
when you lie, it's bad. When you lie to yourself, that's the worst lie.
No, I never lie.
I'm just giving you shit. I'm giving
never
you
lie. Here's the deal. I think I can really see the Oilers, winning this thing. Heck, I can even see them win next game. Man, I always
go. They're gonna win tonight unless Dallas comes back.
No, I'm talking about. I'm assuming they win tonight.
Yeah, that'd be 3-2.
I can see it happening. I truly think it'll be like that first round series against the Golden Knights. They went down 3-2. They win Game 6 and then Game 7. Here's the thing, and I know you'll agree with this. If the Stars win Game 6, anything can happen in Game 7, right? Am I right?
Yeah, you're right. But here's the thing. I'm going to stop you there because here's the part where I disagree with this. Is Edmonton right now, they're in Game 5. They're in Dallas's backyard. They're down in Dallas. They're up 3-0. This is Game 5. They're about to win it. They go back to Edmonton for Game 6. They win at home. That's over. It doesn't go Game 7. Right?
No.
So Edmonton has everything on the books possible right now for them and all the momentum in the world to clear this next game at home, which would make all their fans super happy. All the people that traveled 5,000 miles, 3,000 flight miles, all these birthdays, all the signs we've seen in the last week and a half that we've seen, that's what they'll do.
Again, those Southwest miles, huh?
Southwest.
I know that's all.
Shout out to Mila. So we'll do that. So
Johnny doesn't know who Mila is.
I know it doesn't matter,
but
our Southwest.
But here's the thing.
She's our designated Southwest rep agent. So
yeah, she's terrible. But
she's not gonna like that. But okay.
But she's probably not even listening to this. It doesn't matter. But what makes this series so interesting is okay, you're talking about momentum, right? I swear to God, every game it's been a momentum shift from the first quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter. So I don't think momentum really plays a part in this series because there's been at least a couple occasions where I think, fuck, the Oilers are gonna probably take this, and then it's oh shit, the Stars, yeah. Okay, well, hey, I predicted that, but we'll see, man. Game 6 can literally, I can see where you're coming from.
Statistically, right now they're in Dallas's.
Well, I'm going with my heart.
You should never do that, but okay.
I know.
It's all about stats and data. But the thing is right now, Edmonton is in Dallas' own backyard. They're beating them 3-0. This will go 3-2 for the series. Edmonton then goes home, back to Canada, their own backyard, where their fans are fucking super fans. They are super fans.
Because what else are they doing in Canada?
Nothing. And they're gonna beat Dallas. It's gonna go.
I was just look at those old
4-2.
I was like, look at those older fans. They got nothing going except
it's gonna go 4-2. It's gonna be Edmonton Rangers in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Man, we can dream, right?
Well, I'm not dreaming. I'm being realistic here. So
I don't know.
Anyhow, that being said, is there anything else? I know we mentioned that we're gonna bring baseball back starting next week. We also have a few things we're gonna add to our daily and weekly podcasts. Obviously, we're gonna have a little bit more animation. We're gonna do clip look backs, where we're saying, hey, Shaun said this, or Dylan said this, or any of our guest speakers said that, and we're going to take a look back at it, review it, and then talk about it. So we're going to add a little bit more interactiveness to our podcast. Yep. And so that being said, D, do you have anything left to say, man?
No, nothing at all.
That doesn't surprise me. Man, a few words here.
No,
I say everything.
I don't know. It's I can't believe we're almost done with these playoffs. It's been so much fun just covering NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, and for some parts of it, it's been like, to be honest, ridiculously boring. Like, oh my gosh, okay, yeah, I just don't care. And there's been other parts where like the Mavericks, I would have never thought they would be going to the finals. To be honest, I actually had them, believe it or not, going to the conference finals because, okay, I thought they'd be better than the Clippers. Clippers suck. Okay, I think they'll beat the Thunder because the Thunder ain't experienced as shit. And I thought they'll lose to somebody. But, there's been plenty of surprises even in the NHL playoffs. But, man, a little sad. It's kind of coming to an end. It's, we literally got, like, we got a couple weeks. I can't say that. It's
sad, but at the same time, the way I look at it is, I'm from the Midwest, and we have 4 seasons.
Cowboy,
right? I'm not a cowboy. I'm a country boy.
Same thing.
I'm a country. That's not the same thing. But I'm from the Midwest. We have 4 seasons, right? And the only season that matters anything to me, football season. And that every day that goes by that we're passing through NBA and NHL playoffs makes it one day closer to football season.
That's a shame because I know everything about football. So I'm going to make you look like a dummy during football season.
Oh, my God. It's not a matter of making us look at dummy. It's a matter of feeding each other. So that's all that matters. But the thing is I just want to say again before we close out, happy Friday to everyone. Hope everyone had a great week. I hope everyone has a safe weekend. Be safe with whatever you do out there. We love what we do. We may argue and banter every once in a while, but it's all in good fun. And we appreciate every one of you. Please keep subscribing. Please keep sharing. We do this because we want to entertain you, and honestly,
obviously, yeah,
we got nothing else to do.
Yeah,
just kidding. But we love you all, and we really hope you guys enjoy listening to us because we have a lot of fun doing this. So we hope you guys have a great weekend. Be safe. We'll see you on Monday, and we'll see you in June.
See you.